Good morning, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to Motiongate Dubai. I'm currently at the Premier Inn where I stayed last night. I didn't sleep very well, but I don't think that's the bed's fault because everything was comfortable. Shower, amazing. It's like being literally someone chucking a bucket of water onto you. But it's so, the rainfall shower head is so heavy. So someone's pushing your shoulders down. I've never had a shower like it. It's very good in the shower. Also, I didn't say yesterday, there's actually a fridge in here as well, so another little thing to add on. Been for a run, been for a swim, and I've got a little story. Now, this would be classed as a moan, but actually, in the end, there was a win. Not for me, but for someone else. But basically, first I went to the gym, and then a guy, and it's very hot outside, it's Dubai, and the guys went around opening all the windows. I don't mean a staff member, I just mean someone else in the gym. It's a very small gym. So it went from being a really nice temperature to run in to getting incredibly hot. By the end of it, it was I only did 5k. I was literally so struggling to get to the end of it because I was literally gasping. So I went to the pool, and it's only a small pool as you saw from the clip from the last video. And I understand it's a leisure pool and people don't just want to swim up and down like what I want to do. However, there was plenty of space for everybody to mingle over there and for me just to swim. And one guy just starts floating, not doing anything, and just getting away. And then there's two lads, about 20, start jumping, literally like toddlers, well, not like toddlers, a bit older, but they literally start jumping in. And then they get the towel, the complimentary towel, and there's a lifeguard there, which seems a bit odd. But he came over, but he's quite a timid lifeguard. And basically, he comes over and gives you a towel and stuff and checks your room number and all that sort of stuff. And the guy just started throwing their towels, into the pool. And I looked up and went, he's not going to be happy with that. Which is right, he shouldn't be happy with that. And he did come over and said, this is not a toy, basically. And the lads were kind of laughing at him and stuff. Anyway, so he took the towels out and wrung them out and put them to dry and stuff, and put them in the kind of towel bin. He then about 10 minutes later, they got out and they had no towels. And they're literally soaking them. I was like, I can get towels. I was like, no, you're not having another towel. And he stuck up for himself. And these lads were quite loud. And he stuck up for himself. No, you're not having another one. You had one. And honestly, it was so good to see. At the end of it, when they'd gone by this point, I was just like, oh, well done. They're just being idiots. So, and it's just like, some people are like that. And it's just like, he just didn't need it. But it was nice in the end that happened, because they literally had to walk back to the hotel room, literally soaking, which was just funny in the end. But so the moan part of that is, from my point of view, it's I'm not what the hotel. You can go and stay in the nicest possible hotel, which just isn't. But you know what I mean. It's perfectly adequate, but you know what I mean. But it's just people, isn't it? Jesus, it's just people. You can go anywhere you want. Spend money. Like I've always said, luxury is just space away from other people, which is hilarious. Bear in mind, I go to theme parks all the time and stand in queues with other people, but we'll gloss over that. If you're new to the channel, I make theme park videos and travel videos. So if you like more of that, please subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated. And also comment down. So, also if you like the video, that's always very helpful as well. Because I say that in every video, people tend to tune out when I say that. Not just me. If you watch any YouTuber, everyone always tunes out when anyone says that. But if you can, even if just saying that has kind of prompted you, please do it. It does mean a lot. I've been to Motiongate Dubai before. We had, it was during COVID, December 2020, and everything was walk-on. It's due to open in about half an hour away, so I'll get there just after opening. I'm not mega rushing, because it's open from 11 AM till 8 PM. Last time I went, the Capital bullet train was closed, so I'm hoping that's open today. But even if it's busy, I'm not particularly fussed about rushing around everything if I can't get on everything. GoPro online filming, from other vlogs I've seen, you just kind of got to ask at each ride, and it's up to the ride manager on that ride. Which is odd way of doing it. So I will take it, but I don't think I'll be able to film on most stuff. The dark rides, I should be able to just film on my phone and stuff. Also, a little theme park. I don't like having a bag. Now, if you take sandwiches, ignore this. You'll always have to take a bag. I always take a bag to Merlin, for example, so I don't have to spend any more money at Merlin. But I've got zip-up pockets in these. This is what we all joke amongst me, Nikki, Lewis, and that. These are theme park shorts. Zip-up pockets and like compartments always zip up. I literally only have 3 things on me, particularly because now you can pay on iPhone for everything or Apple Pay. I have my key in one pocket, phone in the other, and then I have this little travel bottle of sun cream, which I keep topping up from a bigger bottle when I come on like longer holidays abroad. And I have to carry a massive bottle of sun cream because for one day, I mean, I'm not going to go for that in a day. I know I'm a bit pasty, but so yeah. So that's my little story from the morning, and there's my little theme park tip. I'll now transport from here to Motiongate. This is like the main stretch to Dubai Parks and Resorts, which is the Bollywood Park, Motiongate, Legoland. And oh my god, Ferrari World, they are pushing their ads. What's this one? The world's most immersive coaster. Oh, is that the new 4D, 5D, 6D coaster? Let's just open it. Yeah, I think it was. Right, here we go, Dubai Parks and Resorts. On the right. Find that Ferrari feeling. Yeah, every advert is for Ferrari World. Which is only about, I think it's only about an hour's drive from here, so it's not far. But they're obviously trying to go for the same market. Yeah, not been to the Bollywood Parks yet, because the wooden coaster, there is like videos out there, and they're always working on it. There's people there, but there you go, 45 minutes away, so. But yeah, it's just not appealed. Obviously, I know nothing about Bollywood. It's just not in my life, so I don't know anything about it. Or they've got a couple of coasters there, but they're all very small coasters. So it is a place I'll go back to as soon as the wooden coaster opens. We're going to go over this absolutely massive overpass. Now, last time I came, on the right, there was millions of people queuing up for something. So they're all queued up for visitor parking, and I'm saying like it went back for ages. So I just went to the VIP parking, but on that day with the VIP parking, you can just park for free. So I might just do the same again, because the VIP parking is under shade. Yeah, so last time they were all going down that way, so they're sending everyone anyway to go towards the VIP parking. So that is good. It probably means it's going to be a quiet day, which is good to know. You can see that's the wooden coaster. It looks fun. That's good. But yeah, there's about, I don't know what, 100 cars, and there's just me. There's no one in my rear view mirror coming in. I understand that Dubai in general are really pushing hard, so when the oil runs out, they've got another industry. So quite clever. But it's now been like, it's been 2 years since I came, and Motiongate opened a few years before that. How long can it keep going? Because it cannot be making money. Unless they have some really stellar days and there's big queues. If you look at all the TripAdvisors or anything, they always say like, no, there's no queues. They have a great day because like, you don't have to wait for anything, you get everything you want, no queues. It's such a huge operation. I don't understand how they keep... Same with all the parks. The only one that was busy when I went was Global Village, and they do like a pay-per ride, so like it's all about food and drink there, and actually market stalls and stuff. I get a GoPro. It's a bit annoying because it's a long walk to Motiongate, so if they say no, I'll carry the GoPro around all day, but I'll do that just to see if I can get any shots. Here's me saying that I don't like taking bits and bobs with me. I brought my glasses, which I never do, but like I say, it's mostly outside here today, so give my eyes some respite. But there's not much shade around the park. There's areas you can go into where you are literally like in aircon, but oh, it is warm. I saw that I've just put sun cream on, so if I'm literally like Casper the Ghost, that's why. So yeah, this area to the left, you just see a 4D spinning coaster, which I do quite like them. They are a lot more intense than you think. That's new since last time I came. It was getting built actually last time I was here. They've also got a marathon spinner as well. Another golf cart. That's new, and like I said, also the Capital Bullet Train was closed last time, so I'm hoping that will be open. All the pop music's gone, we're down to movie music. But yeah, so this it is a great park. Like I say, even though stuff was closed last time, which was a bit disappointing, I still had a great day here. It's by far the highlight of the trip. It's also, this entrance has been perfectly placed that the sun in the morning is behind me, so the pictures look perfect. It's something that should always be thought about. Okay, so the answer is no to the filming, which is fine, not got a problem with that. I have tried to email a few times. I did say that, and to be fair to the staff again, he's making several calls to try and make it happen. He was brilliant. Unfortunately, because the way they treat it is if you go around with their marketing team, they can do it, they can allow it. The marketing person who does it isn't in today. However, I do have their email address now. So I'm going to email anyway and see if I can maybe pop back on Wednesday and maybe get some footage then. I don't know, we'll see. Because I'm coming back past to go back to Dubai Airport anyway, so I could actually do that on the final day. But again, just great service from the guys. He tried his best. And I said to him, I've tried to email and Facebook message and everything else. I haven't got through to anybody. I wasn't expecting him to actually give me an email address to the market, because this isn't like a general one, it's a very specific person. So I'll try that and see what we get. But I just appreciate the fact that they've tried to do it, and that's enough for me. Bad news is one of the rides is closed. I think it's the 4D SNS coaster, I think. Because the spinning coaster is based on Now You See Me, I think. And I didn't say that on the board. It also said Dragonflies was unavailable, but that might be a time thing. It opens a bit later, I'm hoping. Because Dragonflies I think is the How to Train Your Dragon coaster, and that's really good. I really enjoyed that, so it'd be a shame if I can't get on that again, but I have done it, so I won't get on John Wick today, which is a shame. But I'd rather have, I think the marathon spinner is a custom layout, and it's just a bit different, whereas the SNS spinner is I'm pretty sure it was meant for Six Flags Dubai, and they got it as kind of, Six Flags Dubai was meant to be on this whole, and Six Flags being Six Flags, and it didn't work out, unfortunately. So yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm going to go in now. I'm going to go straight to the Capital Bullet Train just in case that's closed. We'll do the new ones first, because then I'll definitely get on them today. And we're in. Lovely little waterfall. If this park opened tomorrow and it was in Orlando, it would be absolutely huge. It would be absolutely teeming with people. It's just that market, the tourism market. So hasn't really kicked off, because like I say, infrastructure wise it's massive. Excited, it's nice to be back here again. It's a very good park. Oh, another thing that was unavailable was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the Rapids, which is a shame because I think that was pretty good last time. So it's actually a Lionsgate themed area. And there's no one around. So there's an aerial tour. I remember that being a bit rubbish. We'll do that a bit later today. But it's on a 5-minute wait, which I imagine means nothing. And yeah, so it does like a shuttle, like, it's like a track which then moves over, and then you go backwards, then you launch through the loop. Quite a bit of hang time. Yes, I've never been in this. It was all closed last time. I've done that mistake actually. I've come through the normal queue. There's a lot of time you can just walk through the fast queue. Now, I don't watch too many films, but I do like the Hunger Games. So that's another reason why I was a bit gutted why this was closed last time. This doesn't feel very Hunger Games. And the brick. This is a nice bit of theming on the left. Oh, it's meant to be that car from the film that they all sat in. Oh, that's quite a nice little idea. It's the very nice host that's just let us through. It does look like they're operating a quick queue, which is very odd. Again, it's all very concrete block. The music isn't from the films, strangely. Right, I'll let you know what I think when I get off it. Oh, looks like there's been a sale on. I am going to go back round and have another go. I might try and wait for the front, although waiting for the front, even though there is no one on the park, is already, I know, going to be a painful experience, because just to watch that get loaded and then finally get sent, I'll come on to in a minute. Again, the staff have been very nice. Let me wait up here for the front row rather than, because they keep you down out the way basically. So everyone's off the train already and down, and literally this is the same train that I've just got off for the second ride. It hasn't gone yet, but just takes a long time. Again, team members though, absolutely lovely. It's not their fault, it's the procedure. That's the problem. It's all gone weirdly quiet. They do play the official Hunger Games soundtrack outside. And actually on ride, there are some. It just doesn't, it feels like it's been made to sound like Hunger Games. Oh. So maybe this is the entrance here for the John Wick. Is it here? Through this big door? It's a big grand door. It's really odd this, because the theming carries on down there. It does look great, but as soon as you're on this ride, you can... the illusion's ruined. But maybe it's through that door. That's a shame, I won't see that. But this theming down here looks very good. Oh no, sorry, I'm being an idiot. It's literally here. A bit more grand. Yeah, it did say this was like for maintenance rather than just for today. Saying that, that sign was outside Capital Bullet Train last time, and they did tell me later on it did open later that day. So if you're looking for a quiet space, this is definitely. I'll just see if I can see anything around here from like. So I had to wait for 3 trains, and the last one he's like, I'll just make sure you go on the front this time, which is going quite nice to the staff. I was going to join another rider for when I went on the second time, and she asked if I could ride with another, swap with a female. Basically, she didn't want another male to ride with her. Which is just like an example of difference in cultures. There's a lot over here of, like I think on the metro, there's like a ladies only car, and then the when you queue up to get tickets, sometimes there's like a ladies only queue. That sort of stuff, which is fine. Just wait in a different row, it's no problem. Just wait for the next one after that. That's why it took a little bit longer. Also over here, obviously this part of the world, you're gonna get a lot of scarves and headwear, which aren't particularly roller coaster friendly. So they have basically like you have like food hygiene nets. They have them they can also put on. So it's quite quick as well. I didn't really think about it until I saw it happen. Right, here is Now You See Me. It's very quiet, but it does appear open. It's got a test seat. I've never seen a test seat for a Mara. Again, Now You See Me is something I have actually seen. I do actually like the films. I mean, can you see much? Oh.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are the 4 Horsemen, and we are here to reveal to the world Mr. Nassau's true intentions.
That's pretty good.
You pretend to give back with all you do is me.
Do you see a lot of black? Oh. Again, only a little bit, but it's still quite nice. There's another screen here with projectors. Looks like there should be some sort of effect at the bottom. This is odd. This is an automatic door, obviously to keep the aircon in. Oh! Bearing in mind that he's... Oh, this is quite nicely themed actually. It's all New York, NTA, Wall Street Station stuff. It's quite nice. Bear in mind that's a brand new, for all intents and purposes. Intents and purposes. There's a superstore thing in there.
Did you mean intents and purposes?
Those restraints are horrible. They are not the same as what they're on the others. I used to work on one back in the day. The ones that we had and that Alton Towers has, and everyone I've ever been on, is like they're really round. They're not round, they're like round and then they're pointy, like a D. And they proper push. On all the rides, they're like thinking you're all gonna die on every ride. They push down hard here. In fact, they do that everywhere in Dubai. Because again, that's what they're told to do, so that's what they stick to. That coaster is like, you know when you first played Roller Coaster Tycoon or Planet Coaster, or any game like that, and you build a roller coaster, for me it was Theme Park by Bullfrog. And if you looked at that coaster now, you go, oh God, I didn't know what I was doing with that, did I? And it's like, at the end, you hit a second chain lift to bring you back to the station. It's only a tiny chain lift, so it's as if they designed it and went, oh, I'll just stick a chain lift at the end to make sure it gets back. It's just I'm just amazed that is new. But that's the pinnacle now of what they're making, is it? Bear in mind, like, money wouldn't have been a massive object, I don't think, with this sort of scale of park. So if the theory is, actually, I've just thought about this, that the roller coasters in that area, which are John Wick and the High Roller, there was a big rumour that the Six Flags coaster, that the John Wick came because the Six Flags park was cancelled, and Six Flags do have quite a few of those types of coasters, so it does kind of make sense. Because I think there was also a Six Flags Pulsar, and that's gone to somewhere else in America, which is just about to open, I think. So maybe that spinning coaster was also meant to be for Six Flags, and it could have been inside a building or themed, because actually there's some bits where you go lower than the ground level, so it's just all a bit odd, and it makes more sense if it was actually designed for theming to go around it. They haven't bothered with that theming. That makes a lot more sense of why it's a bit odd. Quite nice today, being a little bit more chill. Last time I was here, I think I did Legoland in the morning, then this, then I went to do Global Village afterwards. So it was all a bit go, whereas today it's a lot calmer. The Smurfs Village, which has a coaster in there, a little family coaster, which is actually a cracking family coaster. Columbia Pictures, DreamWorks, and Lionsgate, which we've already been in. Yeah, the Motiongate Jukebox. We'll come back to it later. There's 2 shows on. I think the Kung Fu, now I'm going to get confused now between this and Universal, but Kung Fu Panda was, I think, just a simulator, or was it a ride? Can't remember. But we'll see.
Attention, all thrill seekers and dinosaur enthusiasts. Present
It's one for you, Jake. Dinosaur enthusiast.
Spectacular dinosaur parade. Dino Mania.
Oh, as if Jake's not here for that.
For
those of you who don't know, Jake comes on some trips and he's scared of animatronic dinosaurs. He's a grown man.
You'll feel the ground shake as they pass by.
I imagine his fence wasn't always here, but people started to scale the back of him, I imagine. Also got a Shrek. I just realised there's also a Madagascar roller coaster in here, and it's most in the dark, but it has one hell of a launch on it. I completely forgot that it existed. So you come in, you got a gift shop on either side. It's probably just one shop, I suppose. And you got this statue. It's got all the different characters on from DreamWorks. So I think let's start in Kung Fu Panda to the left. And basically there's a building that way, there's a building at the back, and there's four different buildings essentially, or 4 different lands if you will, which kind of sprout out from this area. I mean the themed areas, which is, you wouldn't think that those roller coasters outside, oh, something smells nice in here. It must be noodles, right, or something like that. You wouldn't ever believe that the roller coasters outside are in the same park as these, because the detailing in here. This is the joy of the themed dark ride, if that makes sense. Sorry, the themed indoor theme park, sorry. This is the joy of the indoor theme park, because you can control the light and you can make areas like, oh, these are all slightly flickering. You just have more control. All little stages for meet and greets. Well, that's actually an audience, isn't it? And there's obviously some sort of puppet which comes up in that little box as well. Huge teacup ride in the middle. Yeah, this is a 3D simulator ride. It's called Unstoppable Awesomeness. You also have these screens. You see that screen just outside? I'll get a better example on one of the other ones, the other rides as we go around. But I think because it's such a new concept, the whole theme park, to locals, if they can't see it, they're not going to ride it. So those screens literally show you what the ride entails. Just not a POV, but it shows what sort of car you're sitting in, how fast you sort of travel. You see, they're really common in a lot of the parks over here. The queue for this, by the way. I mean, can you see how far that goes? But if you just look at the theme in here, it's why it's my favourite in Dubai, I think. IMG isn't bad at its theming. This is better. Yes, there's a black ceiling, but so what? Right, won't be able to film as usual. I'll see you on the other side. Did this used to be 3D and it's not anymore, or do we get the glasses later? This area is massive. It's also tiered as well. This is a bit higher.
Where are you? Ah, very good. Our training. Well, if it's for the Emperor, it's probably valuable, so maybe we should bring some guards with us. And where do you think we're going to find guards now? Well, right there. What if we brought along these people? That must be the delivery. We need to get moving quickly.
This is odd. You actually walk back on yourself now. This is where we came in a second ago, and this is where the theatre is. That's very odd.
This box isn't going anywhere without me. Enter the vehicle of 5 rows, 5 passengers per row.
Exit into the gift shop. Absolutely huge gift shop. Yeah, it was alright. It was 2 pre-shows. I mean, come on. But that bit where we walked back on ourselves, it looked like the other ship would have boarded from the other side, I think. So obviously we're using one on the minute. It reminded me a little bit of one of the best motion simulators I've ever done was PortAventura. Before they started messing around with it, it was the Dolphin with the backpack and stuff. That was one of the best. What's it called now? Sea Odyssey. It was great. It was simple, and just simulators seem to be getting rougher. It's like, oh god, that's a bit. You know, there's a bit. I don't want rougher. I want more tilt. Give me more of a bucket seat to sit in, with a better lap bar, and I want the tilt. That would be more exciting compared to just being whacked in the back. Right, so now we are in the Madagascar area, which again looks great. But Mad Pursuit is, I think that was my highlight of the trip last time because it was open and capital. In fact, I still think Mad Pursuit's because the launch on it is literally someone kicking you in the back, but in a good way. Can you do that? So you see that water fountain through there. You come through this way. We've come through this way, which is the Kung Fu Panda Land. So you can come through this way. I can smell that popcorn. Got a merry-go-round. And we've got one of the cycle hang glider things. Again, all very. There's characters on every single one of them. Oh, you can see the coaster. I didn't realise it popped. It popped out. Let's go on a map. It's a Gerst Eurofighter style, basically. But it's got lap bars rather than full over the shoulders. On one of those boards. The photo opportunity has since perished. I think you actually walk through this train in the queue. Yeah, you do. Like I said, the coasters outside are very soulless, but these indoor areas, very, very good. Oh, that's quite cool. Oh, it's one of the spinning discs. Those are the same ones they use for Ride Happiness. Right, we're here. There's literally no one waiting. I'm so happy. I'll have to put it on this side now. That is brilliant. It's just, that's still my favourite, I think. By like a long way. The launch, the lights help it. It's got like circular lights. Everything's got brighter. It plays the Benny Hill theme tune, but do they use that in the films? I don't actually ever watch the films, so maybe they use that in the films. I'm gonna have a few more goes. Well, it is completely walk on, just because I remember last time I didn't do that, and later on I had a bit of a queue. And I was a bit annoyed about that. It was like a 5-minute queue, so I did that a few times. I think I've got to get only bits every time because if anything's in your pockets, they don't like it. The first 10-15 seconds after the launch is the best bit. Then it goes a bit lackluster. It could have done with like a slow inversion roll just before the end or something. Just to have something else towards the end, because it does lack a bit that. It was just playing a version of like the Hans Zimmer soundtrack from Madagascar, and it's one of my. It's in the first when Hans Zimmer did like a live show in Prague. We get a DVD of. It's in like he did a medley of it at the start, and that's how I know it's from Madagascar because I researched where it was from, and it's just a tune that I absolutely love. I just heard it a little bit then. It's like a different version of it, but right. So now heading into either Shrek or How to Train Your Dragon. I think it's How to Train Your Dragon. No, it's Shrek. Okay, I was half wrong or half right. Shrek's on the right. And because How to Train Your Dragon is going to be the highlight. Oh, I can hear screams. So I'm hoping Dragonflies is open now, which is amazing. I'm glad that is. Well, let's do Shrek first. Shrek's a dark ride. I should be able to film on my phone, I think, on this one. It's a very, very slow moving dark ride. I think it might be trackless as well. So again, just a ridiculously themed area. Got a little rock and tug log ride. So yeah, this is kind of all done with puppetry. It's not puppetry, you know what I mean, like puppet looking animatronics. It says it's on a... I thought it said it's on a 95-minute wait, but it's not. I mean, just look at just the fact there's a house, there's another, the Candy Apple. Is that a venue? Is it a restaurant? Anyway. It says no loose items, but it doesn't say no filming. So I'll film until I'm told not to. Right. I mean, look at this queue line. Ah, there you go. So it's actually... Are we meant to go this way? Is it this way? There was a rope there that was open and closed, so I'm not sure. Sounds like it is. Yeah, so it is a puppet show, so they all look... Oh my god, I forgot just how big these... What is ironic is has this ever been full in its history? Because if all these queue lines were full to their maximum, the park would have so many guests in it. Does that make sense? Also, never pay quick queue. There's people today who have purchased it. I don't know if they've got a season pass type deal with it. Yeah, can you see these little puppets? The whole story is kind of delivered with that. Oh my god. Oh, to be fair, there's a bit of a queue.
Kids, now you settle down because your mom and dad are going to put on a show for us.
This is the story of how your mother and I met. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there was a beautiful swamp. It was full of mud and slime and bugs and snakes and all the things that would make it an ogre's home sweet home. Better out than in, I always say.
Place you under arrest and transport you to a designated resettlement facility.
Well, technically you're not a king, but learning is you're not a king yet. But you can become one. All you have to do is marry a princess. And here they are, Cinderella, Snow White, and Princess Fiona.
The last one.
Congratulations, you've chosen Princess Fiona.
I need to find a fool to go fetch her for.
Hey, Firefly, I've a bone to pick with you.
Ah, ogre. Just the one I'm looking for.
Princess, just a walk on will give you your swamp back.
Well, there's a lot more to me than people think. Ogres are like onions. Onions have layers, ogres have layers. It's inside, waiting to be rescued.
Of course, there ain't nothing wrong with being afraid. He's a sensible and responsible man under the situation. An unfamiliar, dangerous situation, I might add. I'm not nervous. No, I never get nervous.
Are you Princess Fiona?
I am! Awaiting a knight so bold as to rescue me.
Ah, that's nice.
This isn't right! You're meant to charge in, sword on, and fly.
Yeah, right before they burst into flames.
What kind of knight are you?
One of a kind.
Oh no! You don't want me! I'm on speed coming! I'll just
Can I detect the hint of Mickey presence?
You're a girl jack! Everybody loves a fire-breathing dragon.
Dragon is rescued by a brave knight, and then they share true love's first kiss.
Wait, you think Shrek is your true love? Princess, what happened to you?
You're a...
I'm ugly, okay? It's my curse.
So you're really an ogre? Well, that explains a lot.
Oh, it's disgusting! God, I already need to get that ugly beast out of my sight! Alright, nobody! Turn me in the bathroom!
who's on your way?
That is fantastic. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but they've gone for the puppet. But I don't think a lot of them, the wire is mostly decorative, I think. Some of them I think it moves, but that final church scene is ridiculously big. The only effect that doesn't quite work is when the dragon eats Lord Farquaad, which always makes me laugh when I hear that name. You can see him being lowered, but I appreciate the attempt. But that scene is absolutely massive. Does it need to be trackless? There's a little gain, so I started second and then I had the second half kind of first, and at the end it kind of switched back again. But all year round, but all round I thought I remember being really surprised with it last time I went, and I've gone it again and gone, yeah, you know what, I didn't give it enough credit last time. It is really good. So yeah, don't just skip that. It's a bit odd, obviously it's slow moving, but I just think it's great. Carrying on our great theming, How to Train Your Dragon. Well, I've never seen the film. I can already see it going round though. So it's very similar to Arthur in the fact that you've literally got a huge space which it kind of comes out, but there's a lot of dark ride section basically behind there. Also got a pirate ship, just to kind of sell you the scale of this building that I'm stood in. That is probably your box. It's not like a Huss pirate ship, but you're the one lower that most smaller theme parks have. That's that size of pirate ship. Stunning theming, huge queue line as usual. All the little extra effects, like these little windmills moving, that one in the background. On this side, I can hear water going. I think this is just... What is this? Is it a play area with splash guns? I'm not too sure what it is down there. There's a catering outlet. We're going to go to Dragon Gliders and go on. Yeah, gutted I can't take you on. However, I'll explain when I come off what I think. It moves slow enough to get on. I mean, the German operation is such a slick thing to see. I think it's only running 2 trains. And I don't know whether these are just expensive or... I just don't know why there's not more of them. They are very good at what they do. Well, it is much better than Arthur. Much better, it's a little bit better than Arthur. It's faster. The starts off between scenes is more punchy. There's more stop scenes. What's better in Germany is just the screens aren't very well presented in this one. There's a few where the screen just ends, but the actual physical screen carries on a lot further, so just putting a border around that would have been a little bit better for that. But overall, it's snappy. You go faster on it. This bit is longer outside. So when I say outside, in the main area, you go over everything. It doesn't free spin that. So if you ever looked at it and think, oh, I don't completely spin. The one at Europa does a little bit when it goes outside. I think that's semi-gravitational, as in like it's just left to do its own thing. But yeah, just loved it. I think it's brilliant. That and the Gerst launch are the highlights here. That noise is the pirate ship stopping. I was coming over to get a shot of it, but it's stopping now. does go quite high actually. But again, you've got forced perspective with the trees in the distance and stuff. It's even smaller up there. Very well thought out. Very nice land. Love it. Having another quick go on my pursuit as it's back open. One thing I didn't say earlier is, as you go around on this, effects are triggered, so it's mostly in darkness. It's meant to be a big circus essentially. As you go past stuff, it lights up and then goes dim again. Having all those effects triggered and not just on all the time again makes a big difference. Quite a good example there of how the effects are animated to the train. I was on the back row that time. As you launch, you don't go up, you literally go to the left straight away, so that it's super snappy. Really, really good. That's the Hans Zimmer version. Love that song. Right, back outside into the heat. Again, as you'd expect, everything looks pretty pristine. We'll see this as well. Everything's... Oh, that is not like a ball. That's like a ball blast attraction. Didn't even know it was there. Oh, that would have been closed actually due to COVID probably last year. Right, so that is the exit of the roller coaster, I think. Got a play area. Other half of the cafe. Very impressive. Oh, it looks like there's a dark ride as well down here. Smurf Studios Tour. Can't really remember that. In fact, you can see the building. It's a bigger building along the back there. So this is the same train design as Troublesome Trucks, I think, from memory. And also, it's just ridiculously smooth. Oh God, this is a big queue. I might give this a miss, to be fair. If this doesn't move... Oh, it's also a 2-lap special. On the Smurf Studios tour now. I can't remember this tour. I would have gone on it if it was open. The roller coaster, very smooth. It's obviously to kind of compete with the Vekoma family coasters. Vekoma, and then like the Mack Youngstar. It's very smooth. The seats aren't very comfortable, but is the only thing I'll say about it.
We're super excited to have you here today. Pop through this radio. Smurf off the gate.
Hello! You picked the perfect day to visit. We're smurfing a new blockbuster movie starring Smurfette. It takes a lot of Smurfs to make a movie.
Everybody has a different job to Smurf. Hi, I'm Handy Smurf, the camera operator.
Hello, I'm Smurfette.
Going to be the star of the movie. Lights, camera, rolling film, and action.
Hurry! Let's have this getting a Smurf down.
When I catch you, I'll be the star of this movie.
This time I know I'll die.
We're rolling.
Untentacle me, vile beast. You call this hospitality? Smurf, this vicious beastie.
Stop, then I'll ruin this picture.
Okay, Papa. I just have to take care of the
Next time, I will be the star.
Gargamel helped me discover new stars.
It was great to work with you. Let's do lunch.
We'll see you in the movies.
That was a nice touch. As you get off and you walk through here, the lights all start to go up. I like that as a little extra. They've just turned the music up, which I imagine is for these guys.
It's the greatest word that you've ever heard.
Last time there wasn't any shows because of COVID and stuff. Or entertainment, should I say, rather. Right, I need to get a drink. I mean, I can't, it's so loud. Oh God. Okay, just stopped for a drink. Now we've entered Cardi with a chance of meatballs. So I think the Rapids is open. Because I've seen some people wet. I mean, people are coming off not too wet, to be fair. I could give it a go. Maybe I will. It's still quite sunny. Just sound quite busy around here, so if it's busy, I'm probably gonna just leave it. Oh. No. Also, the more people that are in this queue, the less people will be on the other ride, so I was on the fence already about it. I'm not really fussed. I'm not queuing that to go on it. So instead, I'm going to go over to the Green Hornet coaster. Oh, a bit of a queue for this one. Yeah, the coaster's fine. I'd say it's a good coaster. It's like a smaller version of that one at Vina Prater. It's all grey. And the theming is a few barrels and some Alton Towers lighting generators. It's just a bit bland, but the actual coaster ride was pretty good.
Don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind opportunity to visit.
Right, another huge building. Can I film on this one? I'm not sure. Have a quick look. I do like the waiting time sign there. The sellotape. Oh no, it's in a laminate. I don't know. It's been laminated twice. Right, let's head in. Like I said, I don't think this was great last time. Again, just look at the size. Got the effect there. Look at the size of the queue lines and stuff. Because it isn't just here. IMG also have some ridiculously big queue lines as well. So it's not just Motiongate. But I've just not heard of anyone ever seen this busy. These definitely weren't here last time. These have been added. These little, because this has got ghosts on it, but they're not. They didn't need to add them. I don't want to say, oh well, it looks rubbish, but it does look a bit rubbish. Again, you can see it's another trackless dark ride. The Smurfs was also a trackless dark ride, and the Smurfs one definitely didn't need to be.
Supernatural disturbance detected. Artifacts activated.
I used to work at Spooky World in Warrington, and hearing Ghostbusters, just flashbacks. One of the staff is trying to sell his Ghostbusters remote control cars. It's one way to sell them, isn't it? Yeah, not the best. I like that you're all in the same scene, you can see other people. I don't really mind that too much. But you literally stop, start, you get a screen, you do the same thing. There's no real story to it. And also the graphics were pretty bad. It's really hard because like you've got those sorts of graphics in the same park where you've got the proper graphics of like Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon and stuff like that. So it doesn't look great. Now I do remember this is a very slow dark ride, but if I just move back a little bit and go to the right, you'll see the theming up here. You can see it, it's not so great from this view. I'm kind of down a dead end a little bit down here. But further away around the park, this looks spectacular. The ride from memory isn't great. It isn't bad, but it's not great. But you kind of, it's trackless and it makes a better use of the trackless dark ride. That's right, I think we're on 4 now, aren't we? Four trackless dark rides. It makes better use of the trackless because they all intersect and you start crossing over to go to different rooms. So everyone's kind of going everywhere. You're all on one sort of path, but it feels like you're kind of exploring it a little bit. It'll make more sense when we go in, but again, the detailing for this ride, it is very good. Again, I remember coming down here for the first time and just going, I was really hyped up about it, but it's a shame that they put so much effort into all the queue lines, of which no one is ever going to stand here and view it all. And in some of the rides suffer a little bit. Yeah, let's walk on. All the figures in this ride are kind of this style, and I think that it's very static as a ride. Okay, so they didn't want me to film on there for some reason, on that one. No idea why. It was no faster or any sort of different to... Oh, there's loads of ants. I've got this thing about... There's always ants in my videos, normally crawling all over me. It's happened twice. Yeah, you didn't miss much. So there's this like grand hall, so you start off, you go on a couple of turns, and then you kind of wait for your turn to join the hall. There's mirrors on either end of the hall, so it looks like it goes on forever, which is very, very, very well done. And you cross over to go into these different rooms, and everyone's going everywhere. However, nothing moved. And to think we've got Shrek and all the other ones over that side, all the animatronics that all work. They're not the world's best animatronics, no. But they did all work. There, nothing was moving. So this big like turntable, which is like a chase scene. Disney used that effect, and Europa Park used that effect where they're kind of chasing. Other on a disc basically, it looks like they're chasing each other. That wasn't working. There's a big wall that's meant to revolve, that didn't work. At the end, there's like a guy who's going to take a photo, and he goes, "Smart." It's a great idea that is a real on-ride photo, and you go 3, 2, and he took the photo on 2. So if you're just getting ready for it, you'd also miss it. It's just hard to think you've got those rides and that ride in the same park. This ride, at the minute with the state it's in, is very much all the gear, no idea. Which is a shame because I love the whole scene. I think it's brilliant. All the animatronics, none of their mouths move. In fact, that's pretty constant throughout. There's no movement in any mouths when they speak. It's just the speaker next to them. A bit like Wallace and Gromit in that sense. I don't think they have any like mouth actions when they talk. Let's go over to Waterworld and see if that's on. Oh, 5 o'clock. And there's a man in the window just staring very weirdly. What is it? Is it just a 3D? Is it an actual show? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's literally 4 minutes to 5. So we'll wait for this one and do it. Again, this was closed last time because of the COVID restrictions and indoor arenas or seating areas and stuff. So we'll go and do this at, well, in a few minutes and see what it's like. It's just a 3D simulator. Then we'll go on the shot tower, which isn't massive, to be fair. It's a shot and drop tower. So we'll go up to the top now and hold there. I can't remember if it was any good, to be honest, but we'll give it a go. Then that's every ride, other than the rapids, that's every ride done. Again, massive queue line. Very, very atmospheric. Ooh. This looks very interesting. Right, I won't be able to film from here on in. Probably. So there are doors here. Automatic doors. Automatic on the left, 1, 2, 3. So imagine we're going to go through to a seating arena. This building is massive, however, a lot of it has been taken up by the queue line and this. So I imagine it's relatively small in there. You just come round with the 3D glasses just before we go in, I think. It's just going to be now, I imagine. I'll leave you here because it says no photo or video recording. Oh, it's quite big. So, Underworld. I've got a perfect clip.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
It had 3 tricks. Blast of air in your face, a mist, not water, like a mist in your face. And the last one, which was brutal, the seats have two settings, upright or this, and they change within a fraction of a second, and they go. That's it. There's a free effect, no lighting. The sound wasn't particularly loud, which meant I could hear some sort of compressor regenerating under the seats next to me. All the seats didn't move at the same time. Some would take ages to come back up. The 3D was weird. The 3D, I was seeing the background stuff in the foreground, which I've never had before. I've never had any sort of weird. Yeah, there was something wrongly calibrated about that. It was just dreadful. I've never seen Waterworld, but it was so bad. Right, Zombieland Blast Off. Says 5-minute wait. Again, kind of a House of Mirrors, Hall of Mirrors. Again, not seen the film. There's atmospheric music in here. Well, I sort of wrote that off because when I off-ride it looks pretty rubbish, to be honest. And the launch upwards, which way we're going to go? This way. And the launch upwards was a bit rubbish, to be fair. Yeah, it just didn't seem to accelerate very fast. However, the air time at the top absolutely flew out my seat, and then went back up for the drop bit, and genuine pain with how fast I flew into the restraint as it pulled me down. It was pretty good. So yeah, I was just completely surprised by it. Oh, just down here we can see a little bit of the rapids, because I'm not. They do look good rapids. There is a weird bit in the middle where you just completely slow down and almost stop. But overall, the rapids in general, they were pretty good. Still got a big queue. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, there's a nice little viewing area around here, which is good. Just by chance, it's 5 minutes until Jukebox Revolution, so I might head over there and see what that's all about. Just because I wouldn't have cared if we'd missed it, but the fact it's about to start means it's probably a good idea to go and have a look. High energy dance show. Exciting though, because this was not on my plan. And if it's good, I'd be annoyed that I almost missed it. But I'll probably see you when I come out. I mean, they're even serving popcorn. Like a proper... Oh yeah, so there's no video recording, so I'll see you on the other side.
Enjoy the rest of your day here at Motiongate Dubai.
Well, I managed to get a quick shot at the end there just to kind of make it easier to what I was about to describe. 11 performers, I think it was 11, and there was like 4 or 5 huge boxes on stage with a slanted one and one right bar back at the top right. And there was a big screen behind that. The screen, they're all projections, I think, which meant the projections on the lower ones, when the bigger lights came on, they were washed out just a little bit. If that was all screens, like these new pixel screens, it would have looked phenomenal. It was literally what it said on the tin. There's a tiny bit of story, and that's all it needed. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need complicating or anything. A girl is clearing out grandparents' basement or something, and they find a jukebox. Jukebox breaks, starts playing different songs, and by different songs I mean you got a chorus of each song, and that was it. So it didn't become boring or dull, it just kept on. About a 15-20 minute show, perfect length for a theme park, I think. I got nothing about the dancers were literally brilliant in there. The choreography was pretty good. It didn't seem very repetitive, which is always difficult, I think, in a dance show. And then the lighting was actually very well done to the music. Some of the music cuts, I would argue, were very your mum on a ghetto blaster, just like going next on the CD. Like there's a bit of that without no gap. It wasn't 100% smooth, but it was overall brilliant. I'm glad I saw it. I'd been upset if I hadn't. The lighting, like if there was like a drum solo, every time I hit a certain drum, it would go and like this person back. That was well done. Oh, it's the actual guy. I wonder if that was filmed just here. Oh, here we go. It's now just clips from the Hunger Games playing. But when it's loud, it's bassy, and when it plays the actual Hunger Games theme tune around here, it sounds pretty good. Well, I can't even get a shot of the bullet train from this side because it's unavailable at the moment, which is... I was going to finish off with a ride on that. Instead, I'm going to finish off with a ride on this, which wasn't very good. I'm going to wait, just because, just by chance, it always seems to happen. The group that's just gone in is the same group that I've been kicking my chair in the theatre for the last 15 minutes. So I'm going to hold off for a second before going in.
Our leader, President Snow, demonstrated his ambition.
So yeah, this is like the Star Tours ride. Oh god, it's freezing, isn't it? Yeah. So you're in like your own little like pod, and then it's a motion simulator effectively. Tell you one thing that I do see a lot whilst I'm here is they properly read through the safety boards to kind of decide what they want to do. All this is great theming, and I should love it, but just doesn't quite hit the spot, this one, from what I remember. That's quite nice with the map.
Show you exactly how each district's individual industrial specialization fuels the mighty heartbeat of country.
Okay, better than I remember it. So it's not actually that system at all from Star Tours. It's actually the one where, Capital Train's going again. It's got some really cool little red lighting with it now, actually. So I'll probably have one more go at that actually before I go, only because it's just there. Yeah, so the Pan Am flight, it's one of those where you kind of, a shutter opens up and you move forward into it and the shutter closes behind you. You start in District 12 or Pan Am, and then you end up in District 13 because it all goes wrong as you're flying through. Obviously you end in the same place, so what they did to try and tell you you're somewhere new now is that the logo, the little gobo which says District 12 or Capital or whatever, that changes to D13. Only small, but it was a little thing that I noticed and I appreciated. What else? Yeah, the graphics were alright actually, and the characters were characters from the films, like real characters. Not the main ones, obviously, they cost a bit more. But they were the proper characters, so it deserves credit for that. The problem with that is I sat in row 4. If you sit in row 1, you won't have this problem, but in row 1 in the middle, I was row 4 on the end, and if you just look over, you can see the floor, which obviously isn't themed, or isn't scaling or moving. And then just, if I move a little bit like that, I can see the edge of the screen, which to me should be flush to the bit where you've come in, so yeah, that's style. If the Star Tours version, like that, I think they're unique to Disney, but like if that was the same thing in one of them, it'd be very good. It'd be really good. Right, I'm gonna finish off with a go on the bullet train, and then I'm gonna start heading to the hotel, which I think is about a 40-minute drive away, so not extreme. I just realised earlier that I didn't actually record what I thought of this coaster at all. It's okay, good not great. The best bit at the start is just the audio. As the transfer track moves, there's nice big audio with it. It's a shame that after it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it then just stops. It'd be nice that, because it is good, it's goodly, it's very well timed when you start to the 1. Because it actually starts saying 5, 4, 3 and you're still moving. But then it just goes silent and you start, and it's one of those where I feel like if they turn that to they could literally just launch it in 1, and it's the kind of, any multi-launch like this I found, Europa Park actually, because they've just done it on that Australian one where it's exactly the same as a Mega Coaster, except now it does a transfer track and you go forwards and backwards and forwards. But we know, because it's a clone, that you can just do it in 1 and it'd be a better and more punchy launch. So what you do is you get 3 really weak and boring launches rather than any decent one. So I'm not a massive fan of them when they do that. The spike is nice, just, again, I'm already like, this is pointless at that point. Lots of hang time on the loop. Then as you whip to the right, and then you go over an airtime hill and then go to the left, you fly out of your seat, absolutely fly out of your seat. Which is difficult because they push down extremely hard on the restraints here. And then the rest of it, then you do a little sort of corkscrew, half barrel roll, not barrel roll. Yeah, it's a bit of a corkscrew, I think, back through the loop, back through the centre of the loop, and that is actually good for hang time as well. You can see it a little bit there as well. But that's it. Good thing about it being on one train is I can leave my phone and not worry about anyone going near it. Yeah, just a bit of a faff because they don't let you up the stairs, and it's like two flights of stairs up and then up again until the train's pretty much stopped. So there's a lot of wasted time, and then there's the whole procedure whilst you're on there, asking everybody in every seat, have you got a phone on you? And then before leaving, they have to say, make sure you're holding on. There's a lot of faff with that. Right, so that's my final ride done. It's all gone very quiet all of a sudden, so I think it might be like, there's a big screen here for the Hunger Games, which you saw several times today. That's been playing on loop like all day, whereas now it's just gone. Ignore what I said. It's now cracked off again. It's worth saying, all the lights have come on now, and for the most part it looks good. There's a few things out and not working. All the Now You See Me coaster's a little blue. From a vague memory, the film is very blue in its lighting and staging and stuff. It looks very good down here. Also, it says Royal Flush on the sign. You can't, this sign here. That's the toilets. So I enjoyed that. Displays like this with all the cards. It's good. Also, this screen, you see a few pixels are on. This is meant to be a screen on the roof and it's not been on today, which is a bit sad. Obviously a lot of work went into putting that in because this whole area wasn't open last time I was here. There's just fence is here, I think, from memory. A nice little touch. It's all the way down. You can't really see it on the camera because it's quite bright, but in real life it's darker. You see the little twinkles in the film. It's a nice little touch, that. So Motiongate Dubai is still, nothing beats it in Dubai for me, theming wise, and the hardware isn't great. Even the mat coaster, like I say, it's good, not great. The theming of the dark rides is pretty good, and those areas as a whole, although I don't go on obviously the smaller stuff in those areas, they are fantastic. It's been nice to see the park a little bit busier. I would hate to be here on a busy day, whatever a busy day looks like. But a busy day for me would be maybe double the amount of guests in that park, and all of a sudden you'll start to see major issues. The worst bit was the Hotel Transylvania because most of it was broken. But other than that, it was a good day. I spent longer there today than I did last time. Not because of the queue, just because I was taking it a little bit more relaxed on this time round. Still, mad pursuit. Definitely that launch and then the whip to the left is absolutely fantastic. Oh, hello, what's on now? If you haven't already, please press subscribe. It means a lot if you do that. Hit the like button, it will show it to more people, the more likes it gets. And also comment down below, have you been to Motiongate Dubai? What is your, if you've not been to Motiongate Dubai, what would you like to ride the most? Or just ask if you've got any questions. Did I miss something? I always normally miss something. I read and message back everyone who comments and stuff, so, because it's not very many. But that's still not the case. It's very much appreciated. I now just have a walk through Riverwalk. I might go the long way around, to be fair, because I walked down this bit earlier. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go for the long way around. I've literally walked 2 yards. It's a shame you can't go down here because you can see the red lights over there roughly. That's from the coaster. But look how long that road is. Well, that footpath. I think I saw this actually from one of the rides. Can't remember which one. The original car parks are COVID vaccination tents still, like bigger than I've ever seen, all the tents. So that's why those car parks are still out of use, and that makes sense now why everybody was queuing for those car parks back in 2020, because it didn't make sense. And there was no signs to say, well, there probably was signs to say vaccination centre. However, I was more thinking like in the UK, where it was literally 2 or 3 people and a transit van or something like that, something small scale. That makes more sense now of why it was so busy. I think with the Bollywood park, they thought Bollywood would be enough of a draw, but ever since they've opened it, I think they've just been putting more and more rides. Not always great stuff just to expand the day a little bit. I don't know anything about Bollywood, so. Oh my god, here's the trampoline park. Inflatable park, not trampoline. It is pretty big. I thought it was like a course you had to go through, but it's not. It's kind of a free-for-all. Okay, so Dino Mania, even though it's been advertised in the parks, is actually outside of the parks, hence all these lights. There's some moving heads. I just saw a sign that says it's advertised as a free experience. So it's not in. I thought it was in. I'm even up at Motiongate, waiting for the dinosaurs to come back. So I'd have missed them all. They're going to be down here. It's supposed to be quite a big thing though. It is in an hour, and I'm not going to wait for it. So those carts in the last clip. Imagine doing all this theming and then adding a little Blackpool touch to it. Do you know what I mean? Tacky. Right, we're heading down to Yas Island. Tomorrow I'll be going to Ferrari World. Ferrari World, I keep wanting to say Ferrari Land. Then the day after, I'm going to, I think I'm going to the water park, Yas Water World. The last day will be Warner Brothers Studio Park. Is it park? It's an indoor theme park, essentially. I'm booked into the Ibis, which is about a 10-minute drive from all the parks down there. I'm going to head down there now. I'll show you around the hotel, and that'll be the end of this video. Here it is. It's very tall. Interestingly, this car's no, it's got no screens, it's got no reverse, it's got no like, sorry, reverse camera. It's got no sensors or anything. Like a really basic. Which is all considering the size of the car. Oh my god, it's like an oven out here. The echo down here is nothing short of terrifying. Hello. It keeps going for ages. Sixth floor. It's one of these wooden cars. I do like these. That looks a bit odd. This emergency light is terrifying and horrible. As if you'd want that on all night. Quite bright, that, to be fair, because it's LED now and they're quite bright these days. Here we go with the thing. Oh, the lighting is very nice, actually. Isn't it? There's no top lighting at all. That lighting's quite nice, I think. Right, very quickly, we got some aircon. Double bed with pillow. In fact, it's not a double bed, it's a king bed, isn't it? Because the pillows are, I mean, if you've had an argument with someone, you're in different time zones, essentially. Nice little unit with the most connections I've ever seen for a hotel. It's very, very handy, I must say. Tea and coffee, some tins of water, a fridge, which is always nice. And then it's very, well, Ibis, they keep it very simple, don't they? There's a plug socket near the bed. It's always helpful. And the view is, oh, see the water over that side. But it is the wrong side for all the parks and stuff, unfortunately. Have a quick look in the bathroom. Gone is my bath, unfortunately. But, I mean, it's hairdryer. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. I mean, it's got a bit of, a bit of wear and tear there. You see them on the tiles. But I'm not fussed at all about stuff like that. Right, that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you can, please subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. It helps the channel. Just watching the video helps the channel. Like I always say, the more you watch, the more YouTube knows that you're watching, and it just will suggest a video already to other people. If a lot of people are watching it, if you want to help that out, you can press the like button. That'll help that even more. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, it's Ferrari World. No on-ride filming. I'm not taking my GoPro because, one, they haven't replied to anything. I'm quite surprised, actually. All of them have been really bad at replying. Like, other than the mountain coast, the first day. They've all been really bad at replying. But I know for a fact they are very, very strict on it there, so I'm not doing that at all. I'm not even going to bother attempting, not going to bother to ask. But I will hopefully get on the world's fastest coaster tomorrow. So that'll be the next video coming up on the channel. I'm very quickly going to go to the pool for about half an hour. And then I'm going to bed because I'm absolutely knackered. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.